Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. UPI reports that Iran is currently reviewing the United States' response to its latest 14-point peace proposal. The plan, which President Donald Trump had reviewed on Saturday night, is entirely focused on bringing an end to the 2-month-old conflict. According to Esmail Bogo, spokesperson for Iran's foreign ministry, Bogo clarified that the proposal contains no provisions regarding nuclear materials or other weapons, contrary to some media reports. Iran's plan calls for an immediate end to hostilities, followed by a 30-day period for intense negotiations on issues such as the withdrawal of U.S. military forces from the region, the lifting of the U.S. naval blockade, and an end to the war on all fronts, including in Lebanon. Trump had previously expressed skepticism, but committed to reviewing the plan's exact language. Iranian officials noted that the U.S. response included a 2-month ceasefire, which Iran countered with a 30-day negotiation period. A severe forest fire has broken out in Italy's central western Tuscany region, prompting the preventive evacuation of approximately 3,500 residents. The blaze, which began on Tuesday, April 28th, has been raging for several days, exacerbated by strong overnight winds, and has now spread across more than 800 hectares around Mount Facer, bordering the Lucca and Pisa provinces. Authorities suspect the fire may have been caused by an error during olive tree pruning. In response, 3 Canadair firefighting planes are working in coordination with ground crews to combat the extensive inferno. This report is from the Epoch Times. According to the Asahi Shimbun, South Korea's progressive ruling party, the Democratic Party of Korea, submitted a bill to the National Assembly at the end of April, which would pave the way for the dismissal of criminal charges against President Lee Jae-myung. The opposition has reacted strongly against this move. President Lee faces 5 criminal trials, including charges of public election law violation and breach of trust, stemming from before his presidential inauguration. These trials are currently postponed, in line with constitutional provisions that grant presidents immunity from criminal prosecution during their term, except for charges of rebellion or treason. The trials are expected to resume once he leaves office. The ruling party lawmakers who submitted the bill argue that there are suspicions of fabrication, such as induced or distorted statements, in the investigative processes of several cases, including President Lee's, that occurred during the previous Yoon Suk-yeol administration. Despite the strong opposition, the ruling party, which holds a majority in the National Assembly, is aiming for the bill's passage by May. According to UPI, the United States has achieved a new crude oil export record, increasing shipments by over 30% since the U.S.-Israeli war in Iran began, and the Strait of Hormuz was subsequently blockaded. The port of Corpus Christi has notably surpassed Saudi Arabian and Iraqi ports in recent weeks, with the U.S. exporting more than 250 million barrels of oil between February and April, pushing daily exports from 3.9 million to 5.2 million barrels. While this surge positions the U.S. as the world's largest oil supplier, experts caution that this rapid depletion of domestic inventories could lead to higher gas prices for American consumers. The closure of the Strait of Hormuz, a crucial passageway for roughly 20% of global oil supplies, has already caused a significant spike in fuel costs, including a doubling of jet fuel prices for the airline industry. Matt Smith, director of commodity research at Kepler, highlighted that while U.S., Latin American, and West African oil can serve as temporary substitutes for Asian markets, these refineries are not optimally configured for lighter crude, underscoring the urgent need for a secure supply from the Middle East. According to Dushawan, a drive-by shooting occurred in Brixton, South London, early Saturday morning, resulting in 4 people being shot and hospitalized. The victims, aged between 21 and 70, include a 25-year-old man who is in critical condition, while the other 3 sustained non-life-threatening injuries. Authorities have labeled the incident as indiscriminate violence. Approximately an hour after the shooting, a separate stabbing incident was reported nearby in Acre Lane, where a 33-year-old man suffered multiple stab wounds and is also in critical condition. Police are actively investigating whether these 2 violent events are connected. As of now, no arrests have been made in connection with either incident. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.